The WNBA season returned from the All-Star break, a pivotal moment for teams vying for playoff positioning. After a brief respite, the intensity ratcheted up as teams prepared to battle for every crucial win. The second half of the season promised thrilling matchups and dramatic storylines, with each game carrying significant weight in the playoff landscape. With playoff intensity already permeating the air, the energy in the arenas was palpable as fans eagerly anticipated the return of their favorite teams and the unfolding drama of the season's stretch run. Every possession, every basket, and every defensive stop carried the weight of playoff implications. The Indiana Fever and New York Liberty faced off in a highly anticipated contest, a clash between two teams with contrasting aspirations and styles. This game was more than just a regular season matchup. It was a measuring stick for both squads as they navigated the challenges of the WNBA season, each with something significant to prove on the court. The players' faces reflected a mix of determination and focus, knowing that every game from this point forward could impact their team's playoff chances. The stakes were high, and the intensity was evident in every huddle and every play call. Indiana, holding the 6th spot in the standings, has undeniably been the league's breakout story this season, exceeding expectations and capturing the attention of fans and analysts alike. Their journey has been marked by impressive wins and a newfound sense of confidence. Energized by their rookie sensation, whose stellar performances have ignited the team and captivated audiences. This young star has brought a dynamic spark to the Fever, injecting energy and excitement into every game. Their flashes of brilliance and moments of triumph have been tempered by periods of inconsistency, a common challenge for young and developing teams. The highs have been exhilarating, but the lows have served as valuable learning experiences. However, securing a playoff berth would mark a monumental leap forward for the franchise, validating their progress and setting the stage for future success. It would be a testament to their hard work, dedication, and the unwavering support of their fans. The Liberty, meanwhile, sit comfortably in second place in the league standings, a testament to their consistent performance and championship aspirations. They have established themselves as a force to be reckoned with, showcasing their talent and experience on a nightly basis. Built for a championship run, boasting a veteran core of players who have been through countless battles and understand what it takes to win at the highest level. Their leadership and experience are invaluable assets as they navigate the challenges of the season. For New York, the remainder of the season is strategically focused on fine-tuning their game, solidifying team chemistry, and securing a coveted top seed in the playoffs. They are determined to peak at the right time and enter the postseason with momentum on their side. This particular matchup was far more than just another ordinary game on the schedule. It represented a crucial test of mettle and strategy for both teams involved. It was an opportunity to assess their strengths and weaknesses against a quality opponent. Could the Fever demonstrate resilience and overcome adversity in the absence of their star player? This game would reveal their depth and ability to adapt, and conversely, could the Liberty maintain their dominant form and continue their pursuit of the ultimate prize? Their consistency was about to be put to the test. The atmosphere inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis was absolutely electric, buzzing with anticipation and excitement, with passionate fans eagerly awaiting to witness which compelling narrative would ultimately take center stage and unfold before their eyes. It was shaping up to be a classic showdown, a rising contender eager to prove their worth against an established powerhouse determined to defend their status. The stakes were undeniably high, and both teams were acutely aware that the intense playoff race was hanging in the balance with every single possession. The next chapter of their respective seasons was poised to be written, promising drama, excitement, and defining moments that would shape their destinies. The headlines screamed across the sports pages, a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of the game. Caitlin Clark, the engine of the Indiana Fever, was unexpectedly sidelined with a minor ankle sprain. The news sent ripples of concern through the Fever faithful. Her absence forced Indiana to adapt, to re-strategize, and find a new path forward in the face of adversity. The game plan had to be rewritten. They were missing their top scorer, the one who could ignite the offense with a flick of the wrist, and their primary playmaker, the architect of their on-court strategy. Clark's leadership, her innate ability to read the game, and her exceptional court vision have undeniably transformed the Fever into a team to be reckoned with. But now, with their star player watching from the bench, others had to step up, to embrace the challenge, and to fill the void left by her absence. The offense, so fluid and dynamic with Clark at the helm, needed a new engine, a new source of energy and creativity to drive the team forward. And perhaps even more crucially, the team's confidence, so often buoyed by Clark's presence, would be tested like never before. This was a true trial by fire. Coach Christy Sides, a seasoned leader in her own right, faced the unenviable challenge, a true test of her coaching prowess. She had to rally her young squad, instill belief, and prepare them for a daunting battle against a title favorite, a team hungry for victory. For the Fever fans, it was undoubtedly a disappointment, a blow to their hopes of seeing their team at full strength. But it was also a chance, a golden opportunity to see who else on the roster could rise to the occasion, who could seize the moment and prove their mettle. Erica Wheeler, a veteran presence, and Grace Berger, eager to prove herself, took on more ball-handling responsibilities, stepping into Clark's playmaking role. Meanwhile, Kelsey Mitchell and Nalissa Smith, two of the Fever's key offensive weapons, looked to be even more aggressive, attacking the basket with relentless determination. The moment was undeniably daunting, the pressure palpable, the weight of expectations heavy on their shoulders. But it was also an invaluable opportunity, a chance for the Fever to showcase their depth, to demonstrate that they were more than just one player. The Fever's identity, their true character, would be defined not by the absence of their star, but by how they responded to adversity, by their resilience, their grit, and their unwavering determination to compete. Could they compete? Could they truly contend without their star player leading the charge? Or would the experienced New York Liberty, a team brimming with talent and championship aspirations, expose their inexperience and exploit their vulnerability? The answer, as it always does, would come on the court, under the bright lights, in the heat of battle. The team's culture, the bonds of camaraderie forged in the locker room, and their collective resilience were about to be put to the ultimate test, a crucible that would reveal their true strength and character. The stage was set, the atmosphere electric, for a revealing night in Indianapolis, a night that would define the Indiana Fever's season. The Liberty entered on a 5-game win streak, second only to the Aces in the standings. Their 19-4 record and balanced attack made them clear title contenders. Indiana, at 12-11, had improved but still fought for playoff security. Every game mattered, especially with rivals close behind. The Liberty welcomed back All-Star center jonqueljones, finally healthy after a foot injury. Her presence in the paint changed the game's dynamics, setting up a marquee matchup with Aaliyah Boston. The Fever needed to protect home court, but missing Clark made the task daunting. The energy in the arena was a mix of hope and nerves. Would Indiana's collective effort be enough, or would New York's star power prevail? The opening minutes would set the tone for the night. Both teams had something to prove, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The battle lines were drawn. The game tipped off with everything on the line. From the opening tip, the Liberty came out with a clear mission: to dominate. They imposed their will early and often, setting the tone for a game where they aimed to control every aspect of the play. Their intensity was palpable, a statement that they were not to be taken lightly on their home court. The dynamic duo of Sabrina Ionescu and Courtney Vandersloot took charge of the offense, dictating the pace with their exceptional court vision and ball-handling skills. They orchestrated the plays, ensuring the Liberty moved with purpose and precision. Their ability to control the tempo was a key factor in the Liberty's early success. A significant part of their strategy involved feeding jonqueljones in the post early and often. Recognizing her size and skill advantage, the guards made it a priority to get her the ball in scoring positions. This inside-out approach kept the Fever's defense on its heels. Jones was a force to be reckoned with, dominating the paint with her strength and finesse. She established herself as the primary scoring threat, making it difficult for Indiana to contain her inside. She started the game on fire, scoring the Liberty's first 6 points and setting a physical tone that resonated throughout the team. Her aggressive play in the paint sent a message that the Liberty were not going to back down. In stark contrast, Indiana's offense, noticeably missing Clark's orchestration, looked disjointed and struggled to find a rhythm. The Fever lacked the cohesive playmaking that Clark typically provides, leading to missed opportunities and turnovers. Kelsey Mitchell, a key player for the Fever, tried her best to keep her team within striking distance, showcasing her scoring ability and determination. However, turnovers and stagnant ball movement continued to plague them, hindering their ability to mount a sustained comeback. The Fever's inability to secure possessions and execute their offensive sets further compounded their struggles. On the other end, the Liberty's defense, spearheaded by the relentless Betnijah Laney, ratcheted up the pressure, forcing the Fever into numerous mistakes. Laney's defensive prowess disrupted Indiana's flow and created opportunities for the Liberty. The Liberty capitalized on these turnovers, swiftly turning them into easy points in transition. Their ability to convert defensive stops into offensive scores further widened the gap. By the time the first quarter came to a close, New York had established a commanding lead, sitting comfortably ahead at 28-18. Their dominant performance in the opening quarter set the stage for the rest of the game. The Liberty's bench players entered the game and seamlessly maintained the pressure, proving the team's depth and ability to sustain their high level of play. With Maureen Johannes showcasing her sharpshooting skills and Breanna Stewart finding her rhythm, the Liberty continued to extend their advantage. The team's offensive versatility made it difficult for the Fever to focus their defensive efforts. Indiana, however, refused to go down without a fight, with Aaliyah Boston and Nalisa Smith injecting energy and hustle into their play. Despite Indiana's efforts, New York consistently had an answer for every challenge, showcasing their resilience and determination to maintain control of the game. Just before the halftime buzzer, a clutch three-pointer from Sabrina Ionescu sent the teams to the locker room. The shot was a dagger, further demoralizing the Fever and solidifying the Liberty's dominance. At halftime, the scoreboard reflected the Liberty's commanding performance, with the score standing at 54-38 in favor of New York. The Fever now faced a steep climb in the second half, desperately needing a spark to ignite their offense and shift the momentum in their favor. The challenge ahead was significant, requiring a complete turnaround in their performance. New York's impressive depth and flawless execution were on full display throughout the first half, highlighting their status as a top contender in the league. Their teamwork and strategic play were a testament to their preparation and coaching. Indiana's resilience and determination would be severely tested in the second half, as they looked to overcome the significant deficit and salvage the game. The team needed to regroup and find a way to execute their game plan effectively. The Liberty, with their dominant performance, looked every bit the championship contender, showcasing their talent and potential to go all the way. The Fever needed something truly special, a miraculous turnaround, to turn the tide and steal a victory on the Liberty's home court. The odds were stacked against them, but the game was far from over. The Fever came out of halftime with renewed energy, ramping up their defense. Aggressive traps and fast breaks sparked an 8-2 run, igniting the home crowd. Kelsey Mitchell's hot shooting and Aaliyah Boston's assertiveness cut the deficit to single digits. For a moment, the comeback felt possible, but the Liberty's veterans responded. Breanna Stewart hit tough shots, and Jonqueljones reasserted control inside. New York closed the third quarter strong, restoring a double-digit lead. In the fourth, the Liberty's execution was clinical, with Vandersloot orchestrating and Stewart closing the door. Indiana's effort never wavered, but New York's talent proved too much. The final score, 94-75, Liberty. The Fever's fight was admirable, but the Liberty's experience and depth prevailed. Indiana showed heart, but New York showed why they're a title favorite. The Fever's growth was evident, even in defeat. The playoff race was only heating up. Both teams left with lessons for the road ahead. Jonqueljones was the game's undisputed star. She posted 24 points, 16 rebounds, and 3 blocks, dominating both ends. Her efficiency and presence in the paint set the tone for New York. Breanna Stewart added 20 points and 8 rebounds, while Ionescu chipped in 15 and 7 assists. The Liberty's big three combined for 59 points, overwhelming Indiana. For the Fever, Kelsey Mitchell stepped up with 22 points, showing her all-star caliber. Aaliyah Boston battled Jones all night, finishing with a double-double. Nalisa Smith contributed energy and scoring. Indiana's young core proved they can compete, even shorthanded. The future looks bright for the Fever, despite the loss. This was the third meeting between the Fever and Liberty, but it felt entirely different. Previous games were defined by Caitlin Clark's fireworks and high-scoring duels. Indiana's earlier win featured Clark's triple-double and a dynamic offense. Without her, the Fever's attack was more conventional, and New York's defense thrived. Jonqueljones' full-strength return was the game-changer, dominating the paint. The Liberty's depth and experience shone through, exposing Indiana's reliance on their rookie. The gap remains, but the Fever are closing in. Post-game, both sides reflected on the contest. Liberty coach Sandy Brondello praised her team's focus and Jones's impact. "Having JJ back changes everything for us," she said. "It was a professional win." Jonqueljones credited her teammates for helping her find rhythm and emphasized the team's championship goals. "Games like this are important steps," Jones noted. Indiana coach Christy Sides highlighted her team's resilience. "We fought hard, especially in the third quarter," Sides said. "This experience will make us stronger." Kelsey Mitchell echoed the sentiment. "It's tough without Caitlin, but we'll bounce back." The Liberty respected Indiana's fight, while the Fever saw the loss as a learning opportunity. Both teams left with renewed motivation. The Liberty's confidence grew, and the Fever's resolve hardened. The playoff push was far from over. The next chapter would be shaped by how each team responded. The season's drama was just beginning. The Liberty's win pushed their record to 20-4, extending their streak and solidifying the second seed. They remain in hot pursuit of the Aces with another road test ahead. Indiana, now 12-12, faces a tighter playoff race with every game crucial. The Fever's next matchup against Atlanta is a must-win, and all eyes are on Clark's recovery. Her return could be the boost Indiana needs for the playoff push. The game was a lesson in both the Fever's reliance on Clark and their underlying grit. For New York, it was a statement of championship intent. As the season heads toward its climax, both teams are central to the WNBA's unfolding drama. The playoff picture is far from settled. The road ahead promises more twists, tests, and unforgettable moments.